Thank you so much for taking some time off your work to join our webinar. I'm Meenakshi Sundaram, one of the product marketers for Zoho Vault, and I am here to present a really interesting session today because I've got a panel of experts around me from our team. So this session is dedicated to answer and address all your queries, feedback, and comments about Zoho Vault. So keep them coming throughout the next 30 odd minutes, right? All right. So today we've got a technical support engineer, Christopher, with us. You guys might be familiar with him. Then we've got two lead developers in Deepak and Lingeshwaran. And so hi Deepak, thank you for joining us.
Hi Meenakshi. Hello everyone.
And thank you so much Lingo as well.
Hi, I'm Lingeshwaran.
All right. So it's also key to know that Lingeshwaran has the new UI team and he's got major updates on the new UI as well today. So stay till the end of the session to know all about the updates that will be coming out from our team. Okay, so before we take up your questions, let me just run through the agenda for today quickly. So we'll begin with a brief introduction about Zoho Vault for our new users. We'll then have a short update on what's coming up for 2020. And then we'll be opening up for all of your questions. So there's a lot in store today, like I just mentioned. So let's get started. Okay, for people new to Zoho Vault, Vault is Zoho's in-house password manager cum single sign-on solution. So let's quickly touch base with the integral features of Vault. With Vault, you can securely store all your passwords without worries as they're encrypted in the client side with military-grade AES-56 encryption. And additionally, as a password manager, Vault secures not only your web credentials, but also all of your sensitive data like your license details, bank account, healthcare details, social security number, server credentials, SSH keys, and a lot more. You can even secure your critical documents and notes with Zoho Vault. Next, it's about password sharing, and sharing passwords with Vault is easy and extremely secure. Users can share their passwords with one of four different sharing permissions like one-click login, view, edit, and manage. So the one-click login privilege restricts users from actually viewing the password in plain text and allows them to only log in and access the accounts without seeing the password. And users with the view and edit permissions can view and edit the passwords accordingly. And whereas the users with manage permission get complete access to your password. So they can even delete, edit, or even share that password with anybody else. So you can share your passwords with different users based on different privileges in Vault. And users can also directly log into their web accounts in a single click using a browser extension. So you no longer have to remember your password or even enter any of your credentials while authenticating to online accounts. Similarly, Vault also supports single sign-on for various applications, which help you simplify your authentication in many ways. Then comes the different controls of access. For example, you can add or remove multiple users as and when needed to your Zoho Vault account. So what this does is this massively helps you with the onboarding and offboarding process. And also, let's say whenever an employee leaves the company on bad terms, you can immediately acquire all the passwords owned by that particular individual and revoke their access to Vault. So this prevents them from accessing any of your business passwords, thereby ensuring only the right personnel have access to all your key passwords at all times. You can also track every action made in Zoho Vault in real time and see live records of who accessed which password when, and also get notified for critical events that occur when you're away by configuring alert notifications. So what these alerts do is that you will be receiving customized alerts for multiple actions that you can configure in Zoho Vault. Let's say, for example, whenever your users or passwords get deleted in Zoho Vault, you will receive instant alerts to your email. So this allows you to keep an eye on all the actions that happen in your Zoho Vault account. All right, and you can also customize Vault to specify what features your organization does and doesn't need. Again, for example, let's say you have the option, you would like to have the option to prevent your users from storing personal passwords in your Vault account. Zoho Vault by default allows users to store their personal passwords as well as business passwords. So if you'd like to prevent users from storing personal passwords, you can do so. If you would like to enable IP restriction to allow only a group of users that access Zoho Vault from a particular IP to access Vault, you can do that as well. So there are a lot more restrictions that you can enable in Zoho Vault. So you should definitely explore this option as well. And finally, Vault gives you multiple visual reports about user activity that can be viewed specific to a single user or even as an organizational overview. So, for example, you can monitor a particular user's activity and see all the passwords that they access on a regular basis. So you can also monitor the number of unchanged and weak passwords in your organization, and this will massively help you with enforcing a strong password policy across your organization and ensure that you prevent weak passwords across your organization as well. So that's a quick overview about Zoho Vault and all of its key features for our new users. So again, if you are someone that's really interested and you'd like to know how secure Zoho Vault is because you're giving away all your sensitive details to us, right? So if you're like good with all the benefits that you've just come across and you would like to know how secure Zoho Vault is, Zoho Vault follows the host-proof hosting concept. So this ensures that all confidential data gets encrypted and decrypted in the client side with AES-256 encryption using the passphrase that the user creates, which only the user knows. Even Zoho has no access to the data that you store, and this means that only you can decrypt whatever data you store in Vault, right? And the encrypted data is securely transmitted over SSL and stored in Zoho servers. And another notable point is that we have multiple data centers across the globe to help comply with the privacy policies of different regions. Say, for example, an EU user can sign up for Zoho Vault from zoho.eu/vault, and the data will reside only in our EU data center. And similarly, you can choose a data center of your preference to keep your business compliant with your regional laws as well. And as I just mentioned, so Zoho Vault is also GDPR compliant, which is notable to mention at this point. All right, so that was a quick introduction to Zoho Vault and its security architecture. Now moving on to the key part of this session, which is product updates of 2020. So 2020 is going to be an extremely exciting year for all our users because we're going to have a new UI, we're going to have revamped browser extensions, desktop apps, and a lot of cool integrations coming your way. So this is going to be real fun. So we'll be kickstarting things by releasing our new UI very soon. So the entire user interface of Zoho Vault has been undergoing a massive revamp, and some of you might already know about this, and you guys would have also enrolled to our beta version of the new user interface. So so you'll soon be able to see a new version of this UI coming up as well. So this is the link that you see here is actually the link that you can access to enroll yourself into the beta program of our new user interface, which will be out very soon. We'll be posting this link in the chat in a bit, right? So you can also take your time to enroll yourself to this link if you want to try out the new UI. Yeah. So this is how a new UI would look if you've not come across the screen. So we have completely revamped the entire UI. So with the new UI, you'll have an option to get an overview of both your personal and enterprise passwords from the dashboard. So you can switch between either of the tabs to view a complete picture of your password strength, key operations carried out by everyone in your organization, all the weak passwords, and a list of old and unchanged passwords and unsecure passwords, along with inactive users and a lot more insights that you'll be getting from the dashboard section. So admins will be having complete control of the team dashboard, wherein they can see an overview of how secure the passwords are in their organization. So this is a really cool thing that's coming out soon, and we'll have Lingeshwaran talk about that as well in a bit. And another key aspect in our new UI would be the terminologies. We've gone for simpler terminologies in our new UI. We've eliminated key terms such as passphrase, secrets, and chambers, and we've renamed them to master password, passwords, and folders respectively. So secrets will now be called passwords in the new version of our UI. So what you can do is you can store all your web credentials and other sensitive data in this password tab, And you can also switch between the card view and the tile view that you see to your right on the screen. So there'll be different views that you can customize and access your passwords efficiently. And there's another key update, that is you can also access your folders from the left pane that you see over your screen. So this makes password management very simple, efficient, and also it also makes you a lot more productive, right? So it's gonna be a whole lot fun. And you can group all your passwords into different folders, and you can manage them from the folders tab as well. So if you've got a lot of things to manage, you can switch over to the folders tab. And the app section available for users on the enterprise edition. So what it does is this helps users configure passwordless authentication to all business applications through single sign-on. This page is now a lot lighter on the eyes, and it's even simpler to access. You guys should definitely try out if you're on the enterprise plan or if you have access to the apps section of Zoho Vault. And even the audit section has a fresh look as well. So here's how the existing audit tab looks in the new UI. And we've also got extensive filter options where you can just view what whichever section you find to be important for you. You can filter out the different columns that you see here and display just the stuff that you would want to see and filter your audits accordingly. And the reports tab gets a colorful upgrade as well in the new design. You will have eye-catching charts and key insights to track all the happenings within your organization's vault. And finally, we have grouped multiple menus together like tools, settings, and admin from the existing UI to help you perform all operations from a single place, which will be your settings in the new UI. So what this helps you do is that it helps you organize stuff and access different options from a single place. So there's not a lot of clutter around. Everything is organized and easy to access in the new UI. And you can also manage all your personal and organizational settings from here, and you can just go on about it according to your needs. All right, so before we move on to the extensions, we would be rolling out the beta version of our new UI in about a bit from now. So we'll get the exact updates from our lead sitting over here. But if you guys would like to enroll onto the beta version, you can, like I mentioned, you can access the particular link that we'll be posting right now in the chat. So you can just enroll yourself to get beta access. We'll be posting that link to have you enroll to the beta version in just about. All right, so I guess we are having a bit of a trouble with the link. So let's just quickly run through the session and let us just give you the link at the end. So for your convenience, it's zoho.2/early-beta-access. So it's zoho.2/early-beta-access. Okay, I'm just going to try to post it again. Just give me one moment. Let's see if this works. Yeah, so can you guys confirm if you can view and access this link? If you can, I'll just hold on for about 1 or 2 minutes. I'll give you guys some time to enroll for the beta access. I see a few questions pouring in already. So don't worry, we'll be addressing each and every question of yours in just about 2 to 3 minutes from now. We're almost done with the updates. So yeah, if you guys can let me know if the link is accessible, that will be great. Can somebody post on the chat or the questions option? Let me know if the link works for you guys. Yes, Sarah, it's for the beta enrollment access. If you enroll for the beta access, we will enable beta just for you. Initially, this will only be available for users that enroll for the beta. We're not opening the beta out for everybody. We're just rolling it out phase by phase. So if you would like to be in the first phase, if you want to be intimated right away, you can enroll and get yourself the beta access for Zoho Vault. So I'm just going to give you guys about 1 more minute so you can fill out so you can fill out your, you can get enrolled. Yeah, I'm just gonna give you one more minute. That's okay, Sarah. I mean, for now you can just select any edition, the edition that we require. I mean, we just want to see the different editions that users belong to, so we can reach out to them for feedback at a later point and see if they, if all the options that we had provided suited their edition. So I think the edition shouldn't be a big deal right now. You can just enter any edition that you want to. We can fix that. Yeah. As long as the email address is right, we'll be good. Yeah. But for the others that know the edition that you're on, it'll be great if you can enter your edition as well. Since this is a massive update coming out from our side, it'll be wonderful to have a few of your feedback at a later stage. Yeah, sure, Sarah. Yeah. All right. So I think I'll just move on with the next portion, the final portion of our session before we open up for all of your questions. All right. So about the revamped extensions, there has been a lot of questions pouring in about the extensions of Zoho Vault, and we have acknowledged all of that. And I'm here to update you that soon after the new UI gets released, you can expect a revamped, fresh look for all of our browser extensions as well. And for all of you guys asking about the Safari extension, a brand new Safari extension is already in the making, and it's getting ready for release. And it should, we'll be looking at releasing the beta version of our Safari extension probably around mid of January, which should be in about 3 to 4 weeks from now. I'm just giving you borderline dates, but all of you guys who've registered for who've enrolled for the beta program of Zoho Vault, you can just expect an update about the Safari extension as well sent over to your email. And also, not just for Safari, we're going to have faster and cooler features available in our extension. Our extensions are going to load a lot more faster, and quite a few auto login issues that were earlier present and reported by a few of our users will also be addressed. So this new extension will be a lot cooler than whatever you're having right now. This will be our agenda after we release the new UI as well. Like I just mentioned, we'll be having an all-new extension for Safari, and we'll be completely revamping our extensions for Chrome, Firefox, and Edge as well. And finally, desktop apps have also been one of the common questions that we've got recent times. So we can tell all our users that we're already working to get our desktop apps ready for release as well. This is another major update that you can expect once our new UI is out. So we are pretty much in the final stages of development regarding the desktop apps as well. So there are going to be a lot of updates coming out from our end in 2020. You guys will definitely, will be excited and thrilled about all of it. All right. So before I open up for your questions, I would just introduce you guys to our lead developer, Lingeshwaran here. So Lingeshwaran has been heading the new UI design, and he's been working on the new UI for quite a bit now. So he's come here with a few key updates on when you guys can expect the new UI, as well as how the new UI would look like and what are the advantages and key stuff that can happen. So he'll be giving you a little brief info about what you guys can expect from the new UI. So hi Lingeshwaran, all yours. So our users are waiting for you. Go ahead.
Hello everyone. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for your continued interest on the new UI. I have good news to share with all users. We are planning to roll out beta version of our new UI by end of the next week. For all users that have registered for beta program, the new UI will be much lighter, faster, and a lot more pleasant on the eyes. We have made multiple enhancements to improve our user experience by implementing our own client MVC framework, which make all of this possible. The framework that we have implemented is much lighter compared with other popular open source frameworks like Ember, AngularJS, and React. We are also coming up with exclusive security features that will soon be available post the release of our beta versions. So all in all, it's excited time and there is a lot to look forward to.
Okay, that's really good. Thank you so much, Lingeshwaran. I mean, so to just sum up what he just mentioned, our new UI is going to be out by the end. I mean, the beta version of the new UI is going to be out by the end of next week. So that is really cool to hear from Lingeshwaran as well. And also that the new UI is going to be a lot faster and it's going to be a lot cooler. So yeah, exciting times indeed. So we will go ahead and take up all your questions. So you guys can feel free and post all of your questions. We are going to start off with the questions that we earlier received. All right, so Jason has a question about how he can organize passwords and what a chamber actually is about. All right, so Deepak, would you want to take up that question?
So in certain cases, you want to group your passwords into a folder. So nothing does. This is terminology for being used in Zoho Vault for folder. So chambers are nothing but just the group of passwords. In our new UI, we have made some changes like the secrets will no longer be called as secrets will be called as passwords and chambers will be called as folder. So probably it will be more easy for you to understand.
Exactly. So just like Deepak said, we are coming up with cleaner terminologies right now that will be straightforward. So secrets will no longer be addressed the way they are right now. We'll be having passwords instead, and chambers will be folders. So yeah, you can group all your passwords into different folders. I hope that answered your question, Jason. And I hope Lingeshwaran already answered your question about the launch of a new UI. So the beta version will be out by the end of next week. And I think based on that, we'll be deciding the final date. Is that correct, Lingeshwaran?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you can expect updates from us after the release of our beta version. So we'll be opening up our new UI for everyone to access in about a few weeks from then. But yeah, on the final date, you will be constantly updated from our team. Yeah. Yes, Jason, if you have Zoho One, yeah, you're already on the enterprise version as well. And about your question regarding the pricing model, I think we would not be having an update as of now. We are having a discussion internally about that. So if and when we have a positive update, we'll be intimating you and we'll keep you posted. Or if you have a specific requirement that needs to be addressed, you can always write to support@zohoworld.com. We can probably see how we can fix your issue as well, or if we can maybe suggest a workaround for your scenario as well. Does that answer your question? I'm just going to quickly move on to the next set of questions. All right, Heidi has a question about passwords, about a possibility of having passwords backed up. I think this is an apt question for Deepak to address. He's worked on our data backup and cloud backup features. So yeah, I think Deepak should go ahead and answer this. What do you think?
Yeah, it is possible for you to take backup on a regular basis, so you can go ahead and configure the data backup. We also have an option to upload all your passwords backup to a cloud provider such as the Google Drive or OneDrive or our own Zoho Work Drive. But the only thing is, if you do not remember your passphrase, you cannot recover all those data because everything is encrypted in the client side. And whenever we send the data backup, we don't have unencrypted password. We send the encrypted information only. So that is quite not possible because the architecture of our product, how we are working for the providing the security, and this is the reason you cannot recover your data.
I hope that answered your question, Heidi. Just let us know if it did. I'm just moving on to Sarah's question. So Sarah has a question. Sarah wants to know if Zoho Vault will be able to automatically save the passwords that are prompted to her on the site by Zoho Vault extension. Yes, Sarah, you can use our browser extension extensively, and whenever your extension is active, you'll be prompted to save all your new passwords to Zoho Vault. So whenever you log into a new website, you will be allowed to save that particular login credential into Zoho Vault, provided your extension is active. So this is a key question that always comes to us. We've always had users asking us about why Zoho Vault does not pick up my new logins. And a common problem that we've seen is that users have their browser extension. Users don't have their browser extension active. This could be because of how long their extension is set to be active for. So you can go to the settings section, preferences section of your browser extension. Under preferences, you'll be able to see settings from where you can change the inactivity timeout of the extension. So if any of you guys are facing issues with the browser extension picking up the new logins, you can change how long your extension should be active on your browser. I think this should pretty much fix a lot of the issues. And to answer your question, yes, you can definitely save your passwords to Zoho Vault by clicking on save from the pop-up that appears. All right, Jason, so as a workaround, maybe we can probably come up with a cleaner, we can probably work out on a plan that can help you out in such a situation where you're trying to share passwords with contractors, because right now we can only share passwords with people outside your organization using the share with outsider option. We don't have a possibility to add external users temporarily to Zoho Vault through your Zoho One license. So yeah, let's just if you can get us a complete picture of how this password sharing happens. If you can write to us over support@zohovault.com. We've got a technical support expert, Christopher, who's looking into all your questions, and he'll pretty much be able to come up with a workaround or suggest what we can do. Okay, Sarah, unfortunately, you'll not be able to save, you'll not be able to share passwords when you're saving it from the pop-up. You can only save it from the pop-up, or you can even add it to a particular folder, but you will not be able to share it in that particular pop-up. So maybe we can see if this is something that can be implemented in the future, but yeah, for now you will not be able to share it when you're seeing that pop-up. Yeah. All right, guys, if you can feel free to post more questions. We still have a good few minutes to go in this session. Feel free to ask all your questions. Yes, Sarah, we can provide you access to this particular webinar recording. We'll be processing this video and be sending it out to all our registered users. So yeah, you will be getting a recording of this webinar. And yeah, guys, before you leave the session, if you guys have any feedback about the new UI that we just saw, it'll be great. If you can share a few words about what you think about the new UI, and if you're excited about it, you can also share that with us. It will be really, really cool, because we've got the key members of our UI team sitting here, and it will be really awesome to get some feedback from you guys. Yeah, Heidi, you will be getting access in about a week from now, so no problems there. But if you think the new UI looks better, or if you think this is something that looks cool, yeah, sure, definitely you can pass on your feedback to us. And also, if you guys have any questions regarding the new user interface, or how things would come up in the new user interface, or if you've got any expectations on the new user interface, you can post them as questions as well. If you've got any feature on your mind, you can post those as well in the question section. We're really happy to know that you love Zoho stuff, Heidi. Thank you so much. Jason, it will be really lovely if you can write to support@zohovault.com about your use case. I can understand that there are a few contractors that you're trying to share your passwords with. This has actually been a common request that has been coming forward to us. So if you can write in detail, and if you can give us all details to support, it will be really wonderful. Oh, I see there's already a request from you. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So we'll compare your request with the others that we've been receiving. This will help us, come up with a suitable plan that will fit everybody's needs, right? Yes, I agree. Yeah. All right, we've just got a few more minutes, so I'm just gonna see if you guys have any additional questions. Sam, do you have any questions? I see you on the session. You have any questions, you can post them here. I noticed you raising your hands at the initial part of our webinar. So just let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, Jason, if you've got any other questions regarding Vault, that will be really, that's something we can probably take up as well right now. We've got a few more minutes to go. All right, Sam wants to know how he can access the new UI. Sam, thank you for registering for the beta program. We are about to release the beta version of our new UI to all registered users by the end of next week. We're slowly rolling it out for all our users. Initially, we're just rolling it out for the users who registered for the beta right now. So since you've already registered, we'll be getting in touch with you soon, and we will be sending you the links to access our new UI. I mean, the beta version of the new UI. So I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, you can still feel free to post them right now. We've got about a couple more minutes to go. All right, guys. So if there's no other question, I think I'm just gonna wind up the session. All right, Jason. Okay. So Jason, if you would like to access all our videos, you can do so from zoho.com/vault/videos. Yeah, we've got a dedicated section of videos on our website. I'll just post a link to these videos as well in the chat, so you can access that. Just give me one moment. Yeah, so Jason, I'm just posting this to you, and yeah, other users can also make use of this. This is where you can access all your all videos of Zoho Vault as well. You can make use of them for now. We'll be refreshing these videos in the future, for the new UI as well. All right, so Jason, before we wind up, Christopher wants to address a few stuff to you over the call. If you are good, I think Christopher, you can go ahead, all yours.
Hi guys, I'm Christopher, one of the technical consultants in Zoho Vault. And Jason, we received a couple of requests from you to discuss about what a secret is and what a chamber is. To answer your question, basically secret, it is the password, or the credentials, or any sensitive information that you want to save or securely store in the vault. So you can add it in a couple of ways. Either you can add it manually, clicking the add button on the all secrets page, or if you currently use any password managers, or if you have your passwords in a spreadsheet, you can bulk import them using the import option under the tools page. And the chambers, it is a folder where you can have a bunch of secrets inside it. So you can share this folder to other users and user groups you maintain in the vault. I hope this answered your question about secrets and chambers. We have also explained this in detail in the help document. You can access the help link in the top right corner of our page. And the first or the second link would be about adding secrets, and the third link would be about adding chambers and what it is. And your question about launching a new pricing model for adding contractors. So it is something that is in our conceptualization stage. It is not yet finalized. So, we just completed working on the new interface. So we need some more time to design this, to discuss this, and to design an implementation plan for this. So it will definitely take a time, but As we had some earlier email conversation, I'll definitely post you through email once it is implemented in the Vault. And I hope my colleague Meenakshi answered your question about the launch of the new UI, which will be, like in a week for all the registered users. And your last question about the Zoho Vault edition in Zoho One. So it is sure, like it is the enterprise edition that is bundled with the Zoho One now. So you will have access to all the features in Zoho Vault. So if you have any questions, please post them in the chat section, or you can also shoot an email to support@zohovault.com. I'll be glad to answer your questions.
So yeah, thank you so much, Christopher, for that. I guess that would have answered Jason's question. But anyways, Jason, if you've got anything to follow up for whatever Christopher just said, you can post them in the chat section. Feel free to do so. We've still got Christopher, and we've got a couple more minutes. So we can try and squeeze in a bit more time to see if we can address your queries. Or if your questions are answered, just let us know. We will be winding up the session. Okay, so Jason, I think that answered your question. So I am just quickly going to wind up this session. If you guys have got any more questions for us, you can feel free to drop a note to support@zohovault.com at any point in the future. So thank you so much for joining this session, and I would like to thank my panelists as well. Thank you so much, Deepak.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Lingeshwaran and Christopher as well.
Thanks all.
Thank you, guys. I hope we'll meet you again in another session next year. So happy New Year to you guys as well. Thank you.